Hi everybody, it's Geordie from Geordie Colours. Thank you so much for joining me. I am back with episode 19 of our full book colour along in RJ Hampson's gorgeous book Awake. Today we're doing this cute page which is called The Early Bird, and as always I am using my Ohuhu markers, so I hope you can join along with me. So for my bird, I've decided to do him like a little robin redbreast, which is a bird that you see a lot in the UK, especially at this time of year in the winter time. Their little red bellies really show up. And I am going in with my favorite red combination. You will see me use this color combination over and over again because I absolutely love it. I've got R8, R6 and R160. And I'm going to obviously color his little belly in red. So yeah, I just love these reds. They're really bright, kind of vivid, good kind of reds. They're not orangey reds. Yeah, I like this red combination. And like I say, if you watch my channel, watch me particularly with these color alongs, you will see that I will use this red combination quite a bit in my coloring, just because I really like it. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit of the red, the darkest on the outside, and then I'll go in with the R6 and kind of blend that out. And I may go over this a few times, especially over those blend lines to smooth them out a little bit and kind of make it a little bit better. But just kind of going all the way around his belly here and leaving a little bit of space in the middle for that lightest color. It's a nice big area to colour, so you can just really fill it in. And just to smooth it out, I'll just keep going over it until I'm happy with those blends. If I feel like I need to go in with the other colours again, I will. I don't think that's too bad. As always, these colour alongs are about keeping things nice and simple and quick and easy. So we're not looking to spend hours and hours on the page. We just want to keep it nice and simple. Okay, for my kind of body of the bird, I'm going to go in with some darker colours here to begin with. So I've got YR91, YR10 and YR9. I'm going to try and put those in the right order. Okay, so these ones all, I believe, yeah, they all do come from the skin tone set, and so they are a little bit different. They have a brush nib on one end and a like a bullet nib on the other end, rather than the brush nib and the chisel tip, which the other markers that I have in my collection have. Does that make sense? So they're just slightly different, but they do exactly the same job. They're all alcohol markers, but this is just the skin tone set. So I think they come in a pack of, I can't remember how many you get in the skin tone set. It's like 24, I think. I want to say 24. And as the name would suggest, they tend to be skin tone kind of colors. Again, I'm just going to blend that out to get that nice and smooth. So I'm using this darker color on his feathers and on the top of his head here, where we've got this kind of cool little crown piece. I don't know what else to call that. I'm going to use that there as well. So where we're living in the UAE now, we don't get any robins. We get some cool birds, but we don't get robins. I kind of miss seeing their cute little faces. They are very cute little birds. Quite sweet little characters in the garden. They remind me a lot of, in New Zealand we have a bird called a fantail, and they're kind of, they remind me a little bit of a fantail. They're kind of always kind of hopping around, quite busy little birds, but they're very, very cute. Okay, I'm just going to do his other wing here. I don't know, you could kind of really have fun with the colors of this bird, because I don't think he is a, you know, like based on a real bird. I think it's just kind of like an interpretation of a bird, if that makes sense. So you could really have a lot of fun with the colors. If you wanted to, you could change it up, make them nice and bright and colorful, but I've just gone for this kind of robin look, which I think is kind of sweet. So we're at page number 19 already, and next week's page is going to be on Christmas Day. So obviously I will have that pre-recorded and ready to go. So if you are wanting to color on Christmas Day, you can join along. I probably won't be coloring on Christmas Day, just because it's going to be a little bit busy with all the cooking and preparations of the food, and then obviously all the, you know, usual fun chaos that comes with Christmas Day. Christmas Day is always fun, isn't it? But yeah, it's a day when our family tend to spend some time just hanging out together. We'll probably play some board games. Yeah, so colouring probably will not happen on Christmas Day. Not for me anyway, but if you want to do a page, it will be there ready for you. Okay, for the rest of him, I'm going to use a lighter brown colour combination. So I've got E400 and E380. And I just wanted to have a little bit of contrast. So these are kind of more ashy brown colours. But I think it's going to work. So I'm just going to kind of concentrate on his head here a little bit first. Just use that darkest marker to add some shadow in. I'll go a little bit under his eyes here. I love his expression. He's very, very cute. A lot of the animals in this book are looking at food sources. I think the last page we did was the cat who was in the kind of frame of leaves and acorns and things, and he had a little bird flying above him, and that page was titled Love at First Sight. This one is called The Early Bird. And obviously the saying goes, the early bird catches the worm. So I don't know if he's looking at this worm with, you know, like kind of thinking of breakfast, or whether he's just looking at him because he thinks he's amusing. I don't know. But yeah, I just love R.J. Hampson's humour. He's got a real sense of humour. Okay, it's probably a little bit lighter than I wanted to go, but I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be okay. Just add this in down here. And around under his wing. I probably should have left the left-hand side of it lighter, but that's okay. I'll kind of just, we'll go over that a little bit. You can see that lighter color really kind of bleaches the darker color out quite a lot. So what I am going to do now is just go back in with that darker marker and just really sharpen up those kind of shadows and make it look a little bit more, just a little bit darker. I mean, you don't need to do this. You might kind of like the look of it as is. It's kind of effective either way. But I just kind of like to sharpen them up. I'm going to add a little bit of shadow in there as well. And kind of just bring that up a little bit on his nose there. He's such a cute bird. And like I say, you could definitely add more colours in here. Like make him blues or greens or yellows, whatever you wanted to do. I just decided to go with kind of a robin looking bird. Hopefully that's okay. Right, for his beak and his feet, I'm not going to do them like yellow or orange or any color like that. I'm going to go in with some grays. So I've got WG3 and WG01. These are obviously warm grays, as the WG stands for. And I kind of like grays on beaks and bird legs. Oh, I've got a little bit there that I need to color in. I feel like it actually in nature, when you have a look at birds, quite a few of them have grey beaks and legs, not yellow and orange. So I feel like it looks a little bit more natural, if that makes sense. Add that in there and do its other leg. Line that bit out. So I'm going to go back in with the lighter colour combination for his little leg there. So the E400 and the E380. Colour that bit in. Okay, I feel like that's kind of my bird done. He'll look a little bit better when I add some white gel pen details. Let's do something with this little worm guy. So I've got E470 and E030, kind of like peachy pinky colours. He does look a bit terrified, this poor little guy. I definitely think, whatever the bird's intention, I think he thinks he's going to be breakfast. I hate the way this black ink runs, and I keep forgetting about it. Just going to go back in with that darker marker again. Just kind of emphasize those little segments. A little bit there as well. Okay, while I've got this marker out, I'm going to add a little touch of a cheek to my bird here. Just a little circle with the darker colour. So this is the E470. Just to give him a nice little rosy cheek. I think that just adds a little bit of something extra to my little guy there. Now, I thought about just leaving the grass, but I'm going to add just a touch of colour to the grass. So I've got a GY3 and GY1 to do that. So I'm going to start with the darker one and just kind of lay in a bit of a line across. And I think this will just help ground it all and make it all look a bit, kind of pop a little bit more. Just to add a little bit of that in. You could even just leave it like that. You don't even need the, I'm going to add a little bit to this guy as well. Might as well just emphasize the ground. And then just kind of blend it out ever so slightly with the lighter marker. Again, it's kind of an unnecessary step, but I just thought I would add a pop of colour in there to stop it from looking quite so brown. And that's it really for this guy. I'm looking at his beak thinking maybe I should have gone with more of a yellow. I feel like it's blending in too much. So let's do that. Let's add some yellow to his beak and hope it's going to work out. What have I got? Let's try this. Y050. Yeah, I like that better. Definitely. What do you think? Let's add some to his legs as well. Why not? We got it out. The great thing about it is that that grey is still in there, so it doesn't look entirely yellow, and the grey shadow is still there. And it just kind of, it just brightens it up a little bit. I don't know. You can either leave it grey or add some yellow to it, but I kind of like the pop of yellow. I feel like it needed something to brighten it up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so let's add some white gel pen details. So I've got my Sakura Jelly Roll pen here in white. It's the 08 size. I tend to use this one or the 10 size. I think it's the 10 size to add highlights and things to everything. Let's come down there as well. I never quite know where to put it, to be honest. I'm always a little bit unsure of what I'm doing with it, but I think it just adds a little bit of something to it, to the page. Again, it's not necessary. You don't have to add this detail in if you don't want to. Make the page yours. Do what you like with it. Follow along with my colours, or you can go with your own. It's entirely up to you. I kind of just do what feels right, to be honest, and hope for the best. I never quite know if I'm doing the right thing. I am by no means an expert, but I always have fun, which is the main thing. Okay, let's add a little bit to my little worm guy here. Not that you can see it very much on him, and that's pretty much it. What a quick page this week. What's that thing? 16 minutes so far. Let's pull out the glossy accents, and we'll just add a little bit of glossy accent to the bird's eye. Hopefully it's, oh, it's working straight away. Look at that. I think that's a first. It's normally clogged up. Okay, and that's it for this one. That was super quick and easy. So that's page number 19 completed. That one is called The Early Bird. I hope you enjoyed that one. Had a lot of fun with that one. Very cute and very simple and quick and easy, but always lots of fun. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, do leave a comment down below if you're joining me and tell me which page you've enjoyed the most so far. I'd love to hear from you. Do give this one a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon.